Let's do a ready check for the poll for trash.
We're good. Let's hit it.
JT, you are back up for sleep against any other two that fall, if they fall. Then coming on the hunters. Once again, hunters, if you guys do drop, just call out your shape. Stay loose. Okay, we'll split triangle. Split square. Stop moon. Go ahead and let circle come down. Or, okay, star. And, yep. As soon as this one dies, go ahead and throw out your bids for cloak. All right, everything is marked up. Druids, you guys go back up. All right, looks good. On you, hunters.
JT, can you get my circle? I've got it for a dragon.
All right, everybody up. We'll get to the suppression room.
Clegg, do you know where your cat is right now?
Just as a general, because I think I said this a while back, maybe just as a refresher. It's imperative because there's a lot of fire damage, and inevitably there's flame strikes that potentially could go out. Plus the stacking dot that inevitably you will probably get. So it's nice that if you wear couple of heavy FR pieces, just a couple, doesn't really gimp you out too much. Aim for around 150 buffed with a Mark of the Wild and or aura. So that'll help mitigate a lot of the tick damage, the flame strike damage overall. So if everybody has that, it really helps the healers out a lot. It doesn't really reduce the throughput at all. So, and then once we get to the boss, you'll hear me usually say tank switch to normal gear. That's probably a good indication if you are wearing some FR pieces that you can just switch that off because the boss doesn't do any fire damage. Except the blast, but that's a whole different thing. So we're going to do just a little bit different. So I don't want to cover this now because usually when we're up close to the boss, we generally just want to go. And I don't want to cover it while we're in progress of getting there because this pressure room is a little stressful. So we're going to have Krissa, Super, and Stout be tank 1, 2, 3 in that order. And the intent there is that we let those 3 build threat above everybody else. So there'll be no DPS. Any other tank beyond that should not be engaged until all 3 of those tanks get out in front, probably about 10 to 15k in front. And then the idea being is that we have Krissa be our first tank in, has the highest mitigation, so it's going to be give us our best opportunity to get it stabilized at the very beginning of the fight when we're still AoEing the whelps. And then Super is our most mitigatable warrior right now with the block value that he has and the blocks talents that he has. So he has our highest mitigation as a warrior. So we'll do all 3 of those, and then Emma, Oro, I think that's it, right? Yeah. Us 2 will just play backup. So once they get ahead, then we'll engage. Once we get about 5-10k, then we'll just go ahead and say go ahead all DPS, because at that point all the tanks should be sufficiently in the lead. So just be aware that even though we have Krissa, Super, Stout 1, 2, 3, there's a chance that they might get swapped around because some of them can resist the kickback and then kind of bump up to the number 1 or 2 spot. But just be aware that those are our first 3 tanks. And then our auxiliary tanks will be Oro and myself. You shouldn't ever be above the 3 tanks. And if one of them dies because of a high Mortal Strike hit or because of a crush, that's inevitable. You know, it's just going to happen because of a boss is a level 63, and there's a % chance that it's going to happen regardless. The next tank in will be Emma, and then Oro, you'll be the last one in. So if we see if we're having issues and the 3 tanks are not at the very top, or you're creeping up on them, you need to stop DPS. Ensure that those tanks continue to stay at top of DPS, and the rogues are going to keep those totems down, so that shouldn't be an issue anymore. And then we'll work out the whole mana efficiency, mana time frame. Is there any questions on that? Your glaring silence is a no? Okay.
You want all the rogues to stay on the pillar for Broodlord?
No, just enough to cover 1 per effective area. I don't. Is it 2 of them or 1 of them?
I think it's 1
for Broodlord. We only need
for the actual fight.
So. I think it's just 1, right? Yeah, just 1. So we just need 1 rogue to sit on their thumb and basically just press that device down as soon as it comes up.
All right.
Other than that, we're going to do the suppression room the same way. Hopefully these hatchers are fixed, so if we do have 2 pull at the same time, they don't chain flame strike. Because regardless of how good our FR or whatnot is, that will wipe us. So let's do a ready check, and then we'll go.
What are those sheep targets?
We're all here.
Okay, here we go.
The mages have it sorted out.
Our new class leader has it.
Somebody will get next.
Wait, so there's gonna do what?
I'll get next. Could you use that empty slot indoors to move Chris to group 1?
I already have. I was the one messaging you where I put him.
I'll get first interrupt. So we're gonna grab these 3. I knew that was gonna happen. Okay.
Can you guys get the triangle?
Yeah, triangle first. All right.
And
I can't see it. Everybody disappeared. So do you guys gotta talk?
yeah, mages are going to be sheeping moon and square.
Stay back.
Where's Emil?
Yeah, don't kill any of these folks.